Why is Trump hiding after attacking Iran? And I'm talking about Trump, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, the most powerful person on earth. We're going to talk about how this is an illegal invasion. We're going to talk about how he didn't even go to Congress. There's 3 dead soldiers as of now. This plan backfired on him. We're going to talk about that. Bibi Netanyahu. Who the hell is Bibi Netanyahu? We're going to learn about him. It's something that a lot of us know about, but do we really know about him? Do we? What does he have to do with this war and Israel specifically? A lot of politicians do this. They've all done it, but this one more than anybody, this is a distraction. Number one, from the Epstein Files. Number two, from a horrible economy. And finally, it's a distraction from the incompetence of how he carried out these ICE raids and ICE all over America and what they did. He had to get away from that ugly image of ICE on the streets. Because let's not forget, everybody, there's a war going on right now in Iran and all over the world. There's wars, but there's a war going on right here within the United States of America, and we are the target. So as Donald Trump has invaded Iran. The talks were happening. It didn't look like, it was going to happen, but they knew all along they were going to invade Iran. Iran has never had a nuclear weapon. So this whole thing about Iran having a nuclear weapon, being away from a nuclear weapon, a week away from, they've been saying that since 1979 when the United States got the hell kicked out of them and they got forced out of Iran after 20 something years of a dictator rule. So this did not start in 1979, as even Donald Trump went on television to say this is why we did it. And he didn't go to 1953. No, he went to 1979 and started accusing them of being a terrorist country in 1979. Totally forgot about 1953, right? So let's remember that, people. This is an illegal war, but they always knew they were going to do this. He always knew he was going to do this. Under Article 2, the president can't just wage war. He can manage the armed forces, but he can't invade a country without the permission of Congress. And the reason I say that is because people are saying, well, many presidents have invaded countries. And that's true. They've invaded, gone in there. But this fool went on television. And if you haven't gone back to check the receipts, he said it's a war. He called it a war. He said regime change. He said he wanted the leader out of there. He specifically, check what he said. So there's no going back on that one. He specifically invaded the country to start a war. No matter what people think of their leadership, no matter what people say about how they have an Islamic religious rule, what do you people out there who right wingers or who support the United States think they're trying to install here and create here? It's a white nationalist Christian government. That's what they're trying to install in the United States of America, a white nationalist Christian government. Even if you're black Christian, brown Christian, any Christian whatsoever, you're not part of that class. So to call this regime in Iran terroristic is hypocritical. So it's an illegal invasion. Let's put that out there. Where is he? He loves those cameras, right? He loves talking to those, the reporters. He loves, putting down those reporters who ask him the wrong question, who dare to stand up to him, who dare to point out the facts, right? He loves checking them and putting them in their place and gets ugly, especially with the female reporters, right? Well, where's he at? He loves those cameras. Where is he at? The only times he's made statements is on what, Truth Social. That's not a statement in front of the cameras. And then when he did make a statement, he ran off. He is hiding. So let me get down to the other reason why he's hiding. There's dead soldiers and more to come. We don't know who those soldiers are. They haven't released a name. It's my understanding there's also casualties who are hurt. So they're not dead yet. So there's a possibility there's actually more than 3 dead soldiers. So he's hiding because he's going to have to answer to the family of those soldiers. He's going to have to answer to families of the military. He's going to have to answer to why did they have to die? Why did they have to die? They didn't. That's the point. Why did they have to die? Because what he wanted to do something spectacular, get his name out there, and distract us from everything that's going on here in the United States. And just a heads up, everybody. There's 3 dead soldiers and more to come. And my question is, where's his son? Where's his son? He's a 19-year-old kid named Baron. Yo, punk, he's not even a child anymore. That's a man. He ought to be out there. If anybody's kid should be out there, it should be Donald Trump's kids in the front lines. This plan has totally backfired on Donald Trump. That's another reason he's hiding. He thought the people were going to come out and overthrow their government. Who is this country to tell other countries and other people how to run their country? Here's another reason. Something happened twice already. I've been watching this since the start of the year. Right before Maduro was kidnapped, the president of Venezuela, somebody visited the White House. His name, Bibi Netanyahu. Who is Bibi Netanyahu? Because he also visited the White House right before the invasion of Iran. So Bibi Netanyahu is the prime minister of Israel. Israel has been wanting to destroy Iran forever. He wants, and they wanted the U.S. to do something about it, because the truth is, everybody, Israel shouldn't even be a country there. Israel does not belong there. It's an occupied territory. The United Nations and countries throughout history and throughout every year, they vote that it's an illegal occupation. Israel is an illegal state. The state of Israel should not be there. So Bibi Netanyahu, the current prime minister, and others, but specifically him, has wanted the Iranians to be gone. And sure enough, it was only a matter of time before, this so-called never wars president, right? The peace president, talk about a clown. We got a clown show in the White House, tries to get mad because, well, he didn't get the peace prize. And look what he's been doing. And he thinks he should have got a peace prize. That's a clown right there. So Bibi Netanyahu visited the White House right before the attacks in Iran and right before the attacks in Venezuela. Again, there's reason. Oil. That's another thing. So keep that in mind. Bibi Netanyahu is a good friend, or at least an ally of Donald Trump. And he's been, Israel's been funded by the United States for years. And the Democratic Party, their leadership is a bunch of spineless, sorry losers. Chuck Schumer, the Senate leader for the Democratic Party, he's a big Zionist. He supports Zionism. Uh, was it Jeffries, of all things, a black man who is next in line supposedly to be Speaker of the House, leader of the Democrats in the Congress, another sellout to the Zionist Israelis. That dude is a big sellout, an embarrassment. But those two lead the Democratic Party. Those two supposedly lead the left. They supposedly represent gente? No. And so I'm talking about this because some people don't know the background, the history of this, the geopolitical, structure of the world. And Israel is a big part of it. And the Congress has been a big part of funding them and keeping them funded, keeping them, going. And the lifeline of money and weapons to Israel. And I'm not talking about guns. I'm talking about like serious weapons. That's been going on for a long time. And the Democrats are just as guilty